Recently, I put some hours on stream and even made a video on a game called Repo. This game is one that I like to call a lethal-like, which are games that are like the game Lethal Company. Lethal Company came out in late 2023 and took the gaming space by storm, whether it was Twitch, YouTube, or just the casual player that to this day, in March of 2025, is still consistently getting well over 10,000 players each and every day. It actually wasn't that long ago that I streamed a Lethal Company event with my friends. I don't not like the game, and actually I would go as far to say is that I do enjoy the game a decent amount, but I think there was a lot to be desired from it, which is understandable when it was made by a solo developer who usually just makes Roblox games. Not saying that those devs are bad, just typically they won't make a perfect game right off rip. Of course, whenever there is a big new game, especially when it has a unique premise, rip-offs inevitably pop up, usually starting on Roblox, and then after a month or two, we have actual full game releases on Steam that have obvious inspirations from the original title. This happened with Fortnite, Lethal Company, Among Us, and other games as well. Some of these games are just money grab shovelware, and usually the ones that come out quickly are exactly that. But after a little time passes, some inspired games will release that may take inspiration from the original material, but also add a lot of their own ideas and content that make a whole new game off of the premise. These are the games that are usually the best in my opinion. Yes, the original is usually good, but these evolutions of the game typically will polish, add, and perfect the source material and really make the game their own. Repo is just that. Obvious where it draws inspiration from, but so many quality of life and pure gameplay improvements and or changes that it really creates its own identity for itself. An identity that truthfully, I think is much better. First thing that comes to mind is proximity chat, which is a core aspect of these games, whether it be Lethal Company, Content Warning, or Repo. Talking in game and having the monsters be able to respond to your microphone and also getting that sense of being alone when your friends' microphones go black because either they're too far away from you or they are dead is essential to these games. Oh, turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around. Oh shit. What the Tom and Jerry ass scream is that? Lethal Company though, I found myself just staying in Discord chats instead of using the proximity chats, because usually you're so separated from each other the whole time. It feels like I'm playing solo, and the effect it has on the monsters hearing you isn't major enough to the gameplay in my opinion that I feel like it's a must. I totally understand if you disagree with this point, but it's just how I feel. Repo feels exact opposite in my opinion, where proximity chat is an absolute must. The monsters are so interactive to your voice, and at least how my friends and I have been playing, we generally stick together more than in Lethal Company. The robot's mouse moving to match the mic, even the eyes moving with the player's mouse, even some artifacts that you pick up will actually either change your voice or even make your character say things. For example, there is a love potion that if you pick it up, the whole time your robot will be saying all kinds of positive things about another player in the game. Agreed. Also, on the topic of your robot talking, having text-to-speech on your robot that can say anything was a stroke of genius. It might seem not useful when you can just use your voice, but this makes for some beautiful comedic moments. When we discovered this, we literally sat in the pregame lobby for like 10 minutes straight, just having the robots say the dumbest things to each other. I brought up earlier the artifacts in Repo. A major change in this game compared to Lethal Company is that you can actually damage the artifacts if you bump them into things, causing them to be worth less, which the whole point is to be collecting them to meet quota before you're able to leave the area. Part of me makes me want to scream at this feature when I slightly bump a diamond, you know, one of the hardest minerals in existence, and the thing just shatters.
Oh, is there something in there? There, 2 diamonds? 1 diamond? Oh my god.
Let's put this down softly. Softly. Okay. I didn't even lay it down hard. But at the same time, it really adds so much chaos and a whole level of skill and being careful to the game. In between every round, there is a shop you go into to get upgrades, and these items are randomized. You can either upgrade your character with things like health, stamina, and strength, or grab an item like a landmine, a baseball bat, or a literal shotgun. These are essential for your run, especially the strength upgrade, as when you're getting into higher levels, there will be heavier items that are worth way more. In games like like this, the monsters hold such a key role. The uniqueness and personality of the monsters are truly what can make or break a game like this, and Repo, I feel like, absolutely nailed it. You have things like little gnomes that will try to hunt you or your stuff, and you gotta smash them on the floor. You got giant floating heads. You even have a hunter that is blind that'll absolutely blast you at the slightest sound. And of course, the stupid babies.
Dog was really the hero in this round. That's what I like to hear.
This stupid baby.
A cool feature in this game though is that all the monsters are killable and actually give you a decent amount of cash in the form of a sellable orb for achieving said feat, which I think is a great touch. Repo isn't perfect. The runs can start to feel a little bit repetitive after a while, the shop is a little underwhelming at times, and sometimes the monsters' mechanics just seem unfair, but the game has an insane amount of personality. And I do think it's important to note that this game did just release late February and is still in very early access. So these complaints could easily be fixed with 1 or 2 updates. An example of the personality is when your whole group dies and you all fall into a pit that turns into a battle royale to become the last robot standing, aka King of the Losers. Like, that's so unnecessary, but adds so much to the game. I would highly recommend this game to you, especially if you are a cool person who likes and subscribes to the video. It's definitely the best Lethal Company-like game I've played, and with more updates said to be pushed out, I'm excited to see what's next. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of Repo down in the comments, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Toodles!